Oh yeah, I need to go to Taco Bell and look at my schedule and shit. I need to go back to the gym today. I'm not really in a lot of pain. Not really at all, actually. I ate a lot of fucking protein yesterday. I think I could do some more weights today, probably more light weights. Well, not light weights, but medium weights. Yeah, if I get the wind shoes, or the wind hat. Wind hat's really good to get. They're like 15 of speed, it's really powerful. Just super strong fight. Whoops. Forgot everyone's dead. Whoops! Me for that, I haven't seen how fucking yeah, I don't like that you have a number. I wish I had just NP. Wow, these guys actually feel pretty good. But yeah, I need to go up there probably the next hour or two and see what my schedule is. Okay, these guys need to win that. If I can get it. Nice. Yeah, I killed my guy first. So I don't miss out on his level up, see what he level up. Yeah, that's the plans for today. I'm gonna go up to my work and get my schedule and that. Because they're supposed to be putting stuff on the Paycom thing, because it's supposed to be a schedule on there, but... I mean, sometimes I do like a little bit of laziness from a manager, to where like the schedule just stays the same, they don't change it that much. It's only input and take off people. I would normally stay the same as long as everything's covered. Two, three. Yeah, I took my DD overdrive pills. They're actually really good. I really enjoy them a lot. I gotta see what I'm gonna do today. I lifted really heavy the other day, but I didn't really like feel any muscle like burns and that. Like I don't feel any like my pecs hurt a little bit. I hurt a little bit. I just don't hurt as much as I want to when I'm doing like lower weight with higher reps. Like really trying to focus. Yeah, if I can get a couple win hats, I'll probably give it the Vector first. If it gives him 15, that'll increase it by a lot, which I should just give him the speed ring. Yeah, because him losing a little bit of fucking strength. What is it? 5 of strength ain't gonna kill him. 15 of speed. Bring him up even with my guy. Because then he'll just go. Then once I get the hag, another like 15, he'll be the first one to go. And give him the Gale Ring, he'll go like a couple times in a row. Red orb. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to learn muscle building in that. Whoa, I can move around a little bit. Oh. Say about how much weight you actually lift. Like people want to think, oh, it's all about how much weight you lift, and I was like, you can lift a lot of weight, but it's not about that. It's about how like constrict you are with your weightlifting. So like I was listening to a whole bunch of bodybuilding shorts and that from all these bodybuilders. It doesn't matter if you're on steroids or not. Even like Arnold, all of them say the same thing. He's like, if you're not destroying your muscle groups to where the muscles like they have like massive amount of pain in them and that. I mean, of course you got a little bit of pain in them and still grow, but it just got to the point where I think about that like, yeah, it's like I feel better when I'm doing lighter weight with reps of like 15 to 20. And really get that concentrated thing in where my muscles actually like are doing the full range of motion then I'm like really stressing it out constantly with control. And I'm like, that I feel like I gain way more mass. I gain more muscle value than as to sit there and it's lift really heavy ass weights only. It's like when people say when you do a whole bunch of push-ups and that, you can always grow your chest. Like you did push-ups every day, and you did them until you just couldn't do another one. And your chest is on fire now, you would grow so much more than you would if you only did, say, not so failure. Unless you're trying to do like max out like I did the other day. Which felt really good. I really enjoyed that backstab. Firewall. Well, that was just an ego thing. Yeah, because I did legs too. I didn't do them as hard as I wanted to. So I really need to go in and go on the leg press machine. Actually, I probably need to go. Only 2 seconds left. Imagine pushing a gigantic fucking boulder. Think about it, weighs like 1,000 pounds. Yeah, you gotta get these summoning ones. This is a summoning room. This room's actually really fucking strong. I think it's right here. Yeah, dude, I hate when I have so much crap on my character. I fucking hate it. Yeah, I can't clip that till like 40. I know you get, I think you get 3 of them. They're really fucking powerful. Wait till my energy gets up. Man, I need to get some stuff. Can't wait to get paid. Get paid in 7 days. Donut protection? Yes, I want it. Get rid of this shit. Jeez. Look at that. Two protection. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey everyone, big heads up, Paleo Valley's running a sale on all of these things. 36 and 36 bucks. It comes out to $1.20 per stick. But before you go and stock up, first, here's why these are the best for you on the market and stable in our house. Number one is the quality. These sticks are made with 100% grass-fed beef. The benefit is also 100% grass-fed. Chicken sticks are made with actually pasture-raised chicken, so it's free-range with and a big sports stick are made with legit acid-based sports. So that means and no antibiotics. Number two, there are no seed oils. Most other sticks are made with a derivative called encapsulated citric acid, which contains seed oil.
So she wanted this today, and the guy was super cute, super nice, and that come hinge. And I was like, okay, what's the red flag?
Right there.
Or to the state, I could not tell you the last time that I was just genuinely excited to like hang out with somebody. And that's what sucks about it. Because I was like, oh my god, yeah, like we didn't even have like, the opportunity, we didn't even have the opportunity to reject me in person. Like it had to be before. I'm so annoyed.
Tried to call you before. I didn't know if you were home or not.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, I'm gonna wet the grass and then this evening I'm gonna cut it.
Didn't it rain this morning?
No,
Oh, I thought it rained last night.
no, dry as a bone.
Okay.
I'm gonna get everything wet to get that fertilizer. Then I'll cut this evening. I'll use the push mower to cut the front yard.
Yeah, because it's gonna start growing once we get that next rain really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go up to the gym soon, about an hour or so.
Okay, it's okay. I'm going to, I gotta work on that cubby hole, you know, where you go underneath the board.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there.
Well, that's all rotted, so that's why I sprayed that 2x6 with that rubber. I'm gonna measure it, cut it, spray the end, and I'm gonna cut all the rest of the pieces and rubberize them so I nail it all in there. It can't rot.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a piece of that paneling or plywood and spray it and rubberize it and cut it. I'll cut it and spray it and rubberize it and put that. Then it'll never rot again.
Yeah. Cause that'll leave a bad smell in the house. That rot. With it being rot.
Yeah, I gotta call Floyd to try to call him the carpenter. You got clothes in the dryer?
I don't think so. Maybe I do. I have. They should be coming in. Cause it probably takes about a week or so for them to get stuff in. Oh man.
You serious? Well, kind of sucks that I have to be the one to tell you this, but you have no right to be annoyed. The guy clearly didn't feel like rejecting you in person because it wasn't working. You already knew it was in for 2.5 hours of unnecessary brain pain, so you decided to forego all the formalities to ghost you ahead of time. It's something that happens way more often than you'll ever admit. Men were not put on this earth to make your life interesting. You said it yourself. You're actively dating, and yet despite all of these dates, you've only been looking forward to one of them. Which means that you've not only been ghosted multiple times, you're also just a horrible date altogether. It means that the plot of your life is so horrible that nobody wants to be a part of it.
I know it's down.
He likes it outside.
No way. Nothing humbles a man more than realizing the woman he took for granted is the single woman that everybody wants. He thought that by walking away, all of a sudden it would make you undesirable. If anything, it just made you unattainable to him. Because so often, access breeds entitlement. He thought that he was entitled to a woman like you because you never left his side. Because you were that ride or die. When actually, it was a privilege for him to even have access to you. Until that access is taken away. But even then, that's not what kills him.
I really don't see how this is humbling a man. man decides to leave a woman who has his reasons and ultimately decided that whoever you are, regardless of your imagined desirability, is more right for him. Most of the men that you desire will commit you and not look back. Really couldn't care less if other men find you desirable. You didn't take it for granted. It's actually the other way around. You got
this whole argument with women trying to act like they know men. It's like, no. What it is, most women live in a reality that does not exist in their own mind, and they think that guys should be a specific way, but in reality, guys aren't, because we're not supposed to be a specific way, because that's not how it works. You know, we're driven by passionable things too, but we're not driven by fucking fairy tale, you know, corporate entities like Disney that you guys are. So we live life based upon certain things, like anime, for instance. Okay, why don't you girls act like anime characters? Why don't you watch some anime and learn how actually, like, the Japanese does pretty damn good job at reiterating how women should fucking act in their animes. Most women in the animes are very peaceful and kind. They fight for people that they love. They stick with people until the very end. You girls, women nowadays, especially women around my age, in their 30s and that, they do not. They want to live a fairy tale life. They want you to think that life should be in a book. And the funny thing is, men have a similarity to some of these fairy tale novels and that, which is true. You know, like when I think about, you know, myself, I think about, you know, I want to support my woman, and I want her to get better at things. I don't want her to live a dull life. I want her to have a happy life, a life that makes it more interesting for the both of us. See, the thing is, women want to be, nowadays, if you look at how women talk, they're all about themselves. Just because you make money doesn't mean anything. Guys been surviving and chopping down trees and hunting for thousands and thousands of years, while women sit there and do, you know, the baby taking care of them. That's your job. That's your primordial job. So that's what you're supposed to fucking do. Yes, you can have a job. Well, okay, well, if you work, guess what? Your life's going to get harder than that, because you have to do the nurturing. You have to do the breastfeeding. You have to do all the stuff in that. Well, if you don't take that side, and then you don't do the job that you're supposed to do, what happens? The man has to do even more work because you choose not to do the job. So the man has to take consideration to survive. So he puts in the effort tirelessly doing something, while you sit on your fat ass and don't do absolutely fucking nothing. And you can't even say that, you know, women have harder jobs than men. Men are wanting harder jobs because they do get paid more and they have to deal with more shit, because that's just how life is for them. Most men like struggles. We like to go through stuff and that. I mean, men nowadays, I've seen, you know, most men that I've noticed are tirelessly a bunch of pussies, and they let the woman deal with all the bullshit. Someone has to deal with something. So, but the thing is, men can deal with it easier because they're supposed to. Like, when I see men cry about stuff, especially about work and that, I look at them like, why are you crying so much? Well, life's not fair. And I said, you're a man. Life's never fair for you. You build your fairness. Just like me. I build my fairness. Am I still learning? Absolutely. I don't know everything. I haven't been through everything. I don't have kids and that. I don't have a family and that. So I took the route of what? Of working and making myself stronger in that. So if something does happen, I can be able to hold my own. That's the whole point of me getting another job. That's the whole point of me going to the gym all the time and that. That's the whole point of me, you know, like right now I'm folding my clothes and shit. You know, yeah, do people help out in that? Of course they do. I live with my family and that. They help me out a lot. But that's what family's there for. To help. But if people don't see it from that perspective and that, they say, I have to live on my own, so everybody else has to suffer. And say, well, not every life's the same. That's one of the things I told my ex. And she got mad about it because she's like saying, well, you think your family's better than my family. I said, yeah, my family is better than your family. Because you don't have a family. Your family's not there for you. They don't worry about you as much, I guess. Or at least they don't show it. Like my family would actually go through hoops to make my life easier. That's a job. And like, that's just how it is. Yell, bitch, and scream all you want and say a bunch of gobbledygookity bullshit. I say, you don't know family because you live with nothing. Why? Because you choose to. You chase away all your friends and that because you're immature or insecure and you get jealous easy and that, and that's the reason why. No one likes jealousy. No one likes negativity. That shit's annoying. I just had text by GM because I didn't look at the schedule and that because no one announced the schedule because I'm off 2 days in a row. So I have to text her and see what my schedule's going to be like, if I'm working today or not. Which I hope I am. I hope people start calling off and shit so I can get more fucking money. So I get as close to 40 hours as I can. Because I think, the schedule already started today. I think it's from Wednesday or Tuesday to Monday, I believe. But yeah, like when I go through these ropes and that, and understanding how people work in that, I was like I say, when I go to the gym and I see a lot of young women in that, they don't have boyfriends in that, they never like have a man next to them in that, like working out next to them and shit. Like, it's some of them doing that. It's normally like women that are not, they're not the most beautiful fucking girls in that, they're like average looking at best. They just have that kind of like, I'm too hot vibe for anybody, but they'll dick down anybody they can for attention. It's all attention regulated. It's like, you can just get a lot of attention if you stay with me. Well, you know what it is? Because the women don't know how to be a woman anymore. They're all whores. They know how to be a whore first before they know how to be a woman. They know how to sex people up first because I think that's what men want. I said, well, I mean, yeah, if you bend over and we're plowing you now, of course. But of course. Yeah, we're going to enjoy it, but it doesn't mean we enjoy you. We enjoy... Like, enjoying you is like watching that movie with you. I remember a time with that 20-year-old and that, we were watching movies together and that. I had more enlightenment, more love for that, just hanging out, watching movies and going out to eat and that, than I would staring at her hot-ass body. Even though her body's hot, and even though I give her credit because she worked out, she kept her body at a certain rate because she was very cautious about the way she looked. So she constantly would, shave her legs and that. She would get wax treatments done that. She spent her money on herself to make her feel cautiously better because she had confidence issues. If she didn't look a specific way, the world would end for her. So she cautiously always had to look the best she could. What is she gonna send me damn schedule? I love Victor. Sure. Yeah, he's not that good, honestly, to tell you the truth. Magic Drainer. Yeah, he's alright. I think he's mid. Okay, he's a mid. I like mids. His skills suck though, like. Excuse me. He's got a good life though. There it is. Stupid girl. He's saying you overgrown butter knife. Who called a servant? Hi, it's time to teach you a lesson. I don't think he really doesn't have anything good. I think it only affects. I think it might not even affect him. Yeah, he also uses a high-tech magic snag. These fucking damn things just dissolve their health. That's it? Really? I guess it didn't do a lot of damage. Okay, well, everybody got a couple levels. He ain't no magic. I guess that is true. If you give everyone a lightning rune and you get them up high enough, you get all that wrath or bolt of wrath or whatever it is. You just obliterate bosses. But yeah, I think all of your guys hit for probably 700-800 each. That's 6 times that. That's 20. That's fucking 4,800. Normally people just die. Oh wait, he's a vampire, so I guess maybe. I bet I don't understand. That is to say, if you can strip his defenses by The power of the almighty celestial sword. Perhaps we can beat him. The almighty celestial. That's better. I didn't get no win hats. Oh, they're so hard to fucking get. They're such a good hat. They give you like 15 more times. Fuck me, dude. Oh, man. I like that shit. Answer me, woman! You are a terrible GM. You need to answer when I text you. That's your job. They don't do nothing. Fuck man, you're lazy.
I heard of you being entitled to him simply because you're lonely and his bed was open. It was disturbing his peace, and that's the one thing he wasn't willing to sacrifice. Your only recourse is to cope by saying that other men want you, which is something nobody really cares about.
That's not what brings him to his knees. What actually cuts like a knife Bryan Adams is watching another man give you the very thing he said he couldn't. Perfect example of this is Justin Bieber. Justin didn't crash out when Selena was quite literally fighting for her life. He started to crash out when the weapons formed against her were unable to prosper, when she was able to rise without him. It's not that you moved on, it's the fact that somebody else saw you as worthwhile and stepped up. And that...
You know what's so funny is when I listen to women talk on TikTok, they literally explain how they are. They explain it how they are through men. They think men care, you know, okay, if a woman betrays me, so to say, if a woman does stuff in that and stops wanting to hang out with me and stops, I'm not going to push any farther. Like, if a woman stops talking to me, stops wanting to be closer to me, and stops, like, FaceTiming me or stops, you know, wanting to hang out with me and that, then more or less likely, why would I want to fucking, I'm not chasing you. If you're that, you want to say, like, women always say, like, oh, men are so emotionally immature in that. I think you're just telling on yourself because you're emotionally immature in that because you're not seeing where a man's coming from. All you're looking at is from your own personal perspective how you are. Men are not like women. That's the problem. Men are men. We're very easy going that. If you look good and you present yourself to look good and you're peaceful, which is a good thing, and you're approachable without you nagging and snagging and saying a bunch of shit about people behind their fucking backs and that, you know, and being super negative, even though the person doesn't really give a fuck about, you know, anything that you're saying that because you don't make sense, you're just lying, making up shit. Yeah. You think men are gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, men are like, yeah, okay, well fuck you. I got like 10 other girls that like me. 20 other girls that like me. 30 other girls that like me. So anytime a woman approach reason that, you know, and like they are attracted to me, you know what happened? I remember before I worked up at Taco Bell, when I went to Taco Bell when I was working up at Zips, some girl that I saw at QT probably a couple of times and that because she worked up there, you know, she was cute and that, and I, you know, talked to her a little bit and that, you know, gave her a little bit, you know, attention and that. She literally took that fucking attention and obsessed about it. She obsessed about it and started looking at me for like whatever specific way. She started probably fantasizing, I guess. And I was confused. Next time I saw her, which was up at, you know, the Taco Bell that I work at now, you know, she was saying, you know, stupid things like she didn't know how to talk to a man. She thought my looks are good enough to get your attention. Yeah, you can get my attention, but can you keep the attention? Ding, ding, ding. That's the answer to all your stupid fucking questions. Can you keep my attention? You can get my attention because you look pretty, because you got a fat ass, or you got a really cute face, or because your boobs are big, or they look really nice in that. Not through push-up bras and stuff like that. Cool beans. But guess what? Can you keep my fucking attention? Because if the attention's only needed for me to spread your legs and plow you, and you get all the affection and attention, you think I'm going to marry you because you gave me pussy? No, because that's not what it's all about. If a woman withholds her sexuality and that, and like is shy, a little bit scared about it and that, yeah, then a man's gonna approach you like a prince. Because they know that you're a princess because you're a fucking virgin. That's what it comes down to. If you are a virgin-based person, Even if you did have sex, if you act like, if you do the whole version thing in that, you're shy in that, but if you're too comfortable with yourself in that because you had so many fucking dicks in you, of course men are just gonna be number 99, or be number fucking 10, or be number fucking 20 in that. And as you rise to the ranks of being a fucking huge slut, guess what happens? No one wants to be with you because you can't retain attention. You get looked at, you'll flirt with the dude, next day, you fuck him, he leaves you. You can't keep that tension. Because men know. These players know. I know. I can get attention from women just by being there. Because that's how easy it is. Yes, you bitches are fucking hella easy. You're tremendously easy. Because not all men look like men. They all are weak looking. Yes, I blame this on men. Go to the fucking damn gym, bro. Y'all want to get high and pop pills all day and then complain because you can't get a fucking woman. That's because you're a pussy. You are being like a woman. Women don't like other women. They literally don't. Even their best friends, they gossip about. Don't play along. That's how women are. Women are dramatized to the teeth. With everything. They're like little kids. When they like a guy in that, they gossip. That happened with me with my ex. Another girl, I was working at my other job in that. There's two girls there. And I hung out with both of them, but I hung out with one, at first, and then another girl got hired on that. And I started hanging out with her, and she started noticing. And I started noticing these two girls started fucking fighting over me. They started getting very agitated over each other and that when I was there and that. But when I wasn't there, they're all gossipy and shit. Yeah, exactly. But they all lied about it. Like, oh no, I'm not jealous. Like, that is jealousy. Why are you getting so mad at her? Because she just thinks, oh, you're getting mad at her because she has something you don't have. Youth, beauty, intelligence. And you're just, you got your own personal beauty in that, but you're not you're a whore, That's just how it is. You're just a slut. You retain sexuality a lot more. And you can tell because women literally tell everybody who they are when they get jealous of other women. Because they want to compare each other. So one of them, say the older one, that compared about how many guys that she's been with. She's like, I've been with more guys than you. And that's not anything to brag about. Because to a man, I'm just like, so you're just a whore. Well, it was a long time ago, and now, no, you've been with like 30 fucking dudes, and your count going up. That's why you got a cat and no man. Literally. But they won't say towards the man they like, which was me, of course, and say to me, oh, no, I'm not jealous of her and that. Oh, no. It's like, no, I don't really like you and that. But jealousy, emotions always prove what is the right answer. Because you emote based upon your feelings, and if you feel a certain way, you're going to automatically emote. You're going to push against it, or you're going to, society's going to tell you to push against it, or tell you to give it in. But truthfully, your heart never lies. Your heart never lies about how you are. That's the problem. Women intentionally love to show you how they are through jealousy. They'll tell everything. It's because it's an emotional button in their head. They'll push a button in their head, and they'll instantly explode with all this stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, you're up front telling me exactly how you are. So basically, you're telling me how I need to be towards you. Okay, so you're a whore, you're a slut, or you're very interested in sexual, stuff and that. So if I act like a slight pervert towards you, you're going to go for it 100% because you think I'm attractive. Ding, ding, ding. And I was right. Both of them. I know one day in that, I was sitting there and when a woman lets you touch them and she's okay with it, she wants to fuck you. Sorry, it's just how it is. No woman's going to let an ugly fucking dude they're not attracted to touch them at all. You're like, oh, no, don't touch me. I don't care, personally, the voice and that. So I was sitting there and I was, the younger girl that was sitting there it's like, oh, my back hurts and that. I'm just like, okay. It's like, can I massage your back and that? And she's like, her eyes lit up. It's like, it's like, I said, you mind if I touch you? And that she's like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like massaging her back and that. And then she started bragging about me. I remember like it was yesterday. She started bragging about me. Said, oh, you could be a chiropractor and that. And I'm like, okay, so it sounds like you're really fucking enjoying this. So then I rolled down her lower back and that. And I asked her, can I massage massage the upper part of your butt and that. And her mind just went, and she was just sitting there like, she's like, yeah, I don't mind that. And so as I was, my boss was walking in, and he saw the look on her fucking face. I was rolling around her hips and that, massaging her hips and that, because, I'm very, good with massage and that, because I do it to myself. I like to help people. People can probably say, oh, it's just being perverted. And I'm like, yeah, if you want to think it's being perverted, not everyone's a fucking pervert, so shut the fuck up, If you're saying that I'll be a pervert, that's because you're the one that jacks off a lot or plays around yourself a lot. We're all perverts in some way. But the intention was to comfort. And it's like I'm going through what I'm thinking how she is. She felt me like breathing on her neck and that all stuff and that. She was getting fucking aroused. It was pretty fucking obvious the way she was acting, that her voice was getting softer. This is psychology 101. This is how you learn how women are. Women speak the way they think through their tone of voice. So like if a woman gets an argument with you and that, they'll speak with their tone of voice. If they're getting really high pitched in that and they're yelling, screaming at you and that, that's because they're really bothered by something because you're not giving them something. So you say like, why are you yelling at me? Some women don't want to tell how they feel up front. And some of them are very, play that game. And I said, well, play the game for so long and that guy's going to try to figure it out if they like you enough. The problem is when you're not giving in to what the demands about what a man wants, it's not always sex. I don't know why women always think that. Oh, it's always sex and that. Men are all like, dude. Have you ever seen a girl on birth control? A woman on birth control is fucking 3 times hornier than a man. They fuck a lot. Like a lot. I know because there's the proof. You look it up. It raises their fucking estrogen levels through the fucking roof. And they're always fucking horny. They're so horny now they'll rub themselves completely fucking raw. Yeah, they do. It's fucking ridiculous. That's where the whoreness comes in. It's like me constantly being on fucking like Viagra or being on like a hormone fucking thing. It heightens my hormones all the damn time, which I do for certain things. Like the stuff I'm taking now has a hormone-based supplement and that raises up a hormone that, I get, I guess, more attracted or say more aroused, of course. But like birth control literally makes women very, very horny. They want to fuck all day, every day. Always. It's like them being off their period every single day. They're always at that height of horniness. It's like when women are pregnant. Sometimes most times when women are pregnant, they're really fucking horny when they're pregnant. They want to get screwed while they're pregnant. So let's just think back. When women were virgins, men were more perverted. But now that women are losing their virginity a lot before the age of probably 16 sometimes, it's the other way around. Women are overly fucking horny in that. And that's why we have this epidemic of feminism and like, oh, I do what I want to do, and that's because you can get easy ass sex. If all men hold their balls and say just start jacking off in that, and they stop having sex with women, that would reverse. Women would have to deal with the problem of not having a man. That's what's happening now. Men are pulling back, and they don't want anything to do with women. Why? Because they want you to be that virgin mind again. That's all what men want. We don't go, men say, yeah, some men are like that. Of course, there's men that are. So the men that are, you're worthless. The most men that I see that are like that are junkies. They're druggies, they're pillow poppers. They have all this money in that. They have all this stuff because they have nothing else to fucking do. But I say, like, men like me, we try to have an actual life and do the things that need to be done with our lives. Guess what? It changes. So I look for peace. I look for appreciation. You can be attractive. Yeah. Because if I go to the gym, I want my woman to go to the fucking damn gym. I want her to work out with me. I want to feel her presence, because feeling her presence and I feel peaceful, I feel less stress, I get stronger. And not even talking about hormonally. Hormonally, you rise up when you're with someone that you actually love. You actually feel stronger. So men have to figure out how to do that on their own now, because a lot of women, for instance, don't want to be that. They don't want to be that strength with the person. Because you're both trying to create something together. That's why God made male and F-E, male. You're part of a male. Which means you're the other half. So you join together, you become one. That's the point. You have things that you can produce in the relationship. The man has other things that he can produce in the relationship. So when you guys join together, that's what the separation is. Women produce their own stuff. They're like, I don't need a survival for man that. So does it make a man useless? In some reasons, yeah. But if you join together, you have more of that something. But feminism doesn't want that. Feminism wants a man to understand that we don't need a man anymore in that, besides getting pregnant. That's why there's a bunch of whores out there trying to get pregnant. They're all trying to do it. I need a baby now because I'm getting too old. Okay. I was with a bunch of infertile dudes and that for like years and years and years and years, and I couldn't have a kid. Why were you with infertile dudes? Well, they got their tubes tied in that or whatever it is, and that they were just, shooting blanks. Okay, but you could have been with the dude that had fertile balls and that, but you weren't. So, there you go. There's your problem right there. Fix it. It's fucking simple. Fix it. I listen to a lot of stories online. I listen to a lot of TikTok women and that, and they all say the same stuff. They're all trying to figure out why guys don't like them. Well, here's how it is. Let me say this. Well, if you still had a man, then you'll know why he likes. Then you know what he likes. But knowing that you don't have a man, guess what? Well, you know what he doesn't like. Not you, bitch. He don't like you. He doesn't think that you're worth it. Is it being mean? Yeah, but when it comes down to a man's psyche, we have to be like that. I need to get him to win that. That's a job of a man. Okay, I work at 8 tomorrow. I'll probably work in like 8 to 4. Cool. I really don't even care as long as I get hours done. Because there's no overnight lead. There's only an assistant manager now, so more or less likely I can become the lead, which would be nice. I'd basically be doing the same damn thing that I'm doing now. Yeah. Just so I get paid more. But as soon as I get that management position, which I'm going to get it anyway, as soon as I get the pay raise, I already know that they're going to have to keep me in that, because I'm already seeing a lot of the struggles that's happening in that. There's a lot of people that... Because, all I have to say is, one of the guys there, he's a cool dude in that, but I can see that he's starting to have, problems. Because he's a big dude and that, and honestly, I'm not going to give a fuck, because I'll basically just tell myself, dude, it's if you want to only work 3 hours now, we'll schedule you for only 3 hours. If you have an 8-hour shift and you're only working half your shift, that's not fair for someone else to sit here and have to do more work. when we can schedule other people or just limit the labor in that because you keep on wanting to go home early and that's not fair for anybody else. I know it sucks in that, bro, but you're gonna have to fucking stay with it. I don't give a shit how much pain you're in, all the crap in that. It's like, I get it. We're all in pain. We all got issues in that. But when you overstep your boundaries and saying like, oh, all that bullshit and that. I had to say it though, bro. It's just how life is. It's like, you gotta step it up a little bit, man. From man to another man, you gotta step that shit up. So you won't make her critique you in that? I don't care what your woman says, because it's a man beyond man. You know what men do? We deal with problems. We make ourselves stronger. That's why we have the testosterone. We have denser bones. We have more ligaments in that. We're supposed to stand taller. But if you want to sit there and watch WrestleMania and that, act like you're a fucking superstar wrestler and all that shit and that, but you're fucking, over 100 pound fucking, you're 100 pounds overweight and that. Okay, let's settle this shit. Let's go to the supplement superstores. Let's start buying shit. Number one, fat burners. Fat burners, the one I take of that, it suppresses my food. It makes me not want to eat. It suppresses my appetite by a lot. And it lasts for like 8 hours. Like I can eat, but I don't feel like eating. So I eat sporadically throughout the day. Like I woke up, today, a little earlier today, and I went upstairs and we got some sliced ham and that, so I ate some more ham. I had about 4 or 5 ounces of ham, and I stayed up for a little bit, and then I went back to bed. Right there, eating that 20, 30 grams of protein, guess what? It's going to make me grow. Because I waited about 30, 40 minutes, give or take, maybe a little more than that, and I try to let it digest, and then bam. I'm good to go. But the only thing is about lazy people, now it gives me more money. And I'm happy with that. I'm like, okay, it's like if you make me a lead in that, most of these people always want to leave. Like, what's time to go now? I want to leave now. Like, why don't you just fucking stay? What's the point of you not staying an extra hour that we're busy now? Because I've been here all day, and I'm like, you make more money the more you work, right? Like, if you don't work as much, you make less money. Yeah? So you have to work. Duh. I'm about to get on the next wing. I'm waiting for my poop. Taking fat burgers, that helps me. Shit, I took all my vitamin shake and then all probiotic shakes and shit. Yeah, if I start taking these things every day, which I'm going to, take 2 a day, last week for 40 days, I think I got like 30 of them in there. I'll start getting that crap. So I gotta drink a vitamin thing every day. I gotta take these pills every day. I take it normally in the morning time, both of them. It's a constant usage. So when people say, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta sit there and take and people might say, stuff doesn't work when you take it the first time. Stuff works when you take it the 30th time, because it slowly gets to your system. Because you gotta think, like, when your body needs nutrients, it needs nutrients to repair itself, to bring it to its optimal level. Well, if you don't have the nutrients in your body and that, throughout time, you start to get, issues in that. Like, I got a skin disorder in that because of my gut health. My gut health is really fucking bad. Now my gut health is getting better and that, my skin's starting to heal. So just like stress in the body and that, when you get stressful in that, you learn how to be not stressful. So you look for ideas and all this stuff, and that to be like, okay, how can I be not stressful in that? A lot of it's just because keep your mind maintained. The more busy your mind is, the less stress you have. If your mind's busy on happy and lucky go things and that, you're not going to stress out as much. But if your mind's busy on, you know, on being negative in that, and you're stressing out constantly because of negativity in that, then more or less likely you're going to stay negative. That's how the brain works. So it's like if you're a go-lucky person that, and you're just like, yeah, life keeps going on, you know, as long as I got enough money to pay my bills and that, and have enough money to take myself out every now and again and that, and da-da-da-da, I'm fucking good to go. You know, is this how people act? Yeah, you should act like that. I'm not a damn celebrity. I don't get too flying fucks about all these people. There's a lot of rich ass unknown people that don't even know anybody. They just work and that's it. Yeah, I think my shit's coming. Anyway, I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna go to the gym and that and smash some weights. I'll see you guys later. God bless and have a good day.